Good morning.
Good morning.
As the assistant principal, I am honored to welcome the Pollard class of 2026, alongside their families, friends, and the dedicated faculty, staff, and special guests joining us today. I apologize for my voice. Your kids took it out of me this year. We owe a profound debt of gratitude to our exceptional educators, administrators, support staff, and custodians, Anthony Mitchell, Kathy Mia, and Andres Riascos. Our SROs, Officer Joe and Officer Nicole, Mr. Fischetti from the Needham Exchange Club, Dr. Bibbo, and Dr. Carmen Williams, the Assistant Superintendent for Instruction and Innovation. Finally, thank you to our wonderful parents, caregivers, and the PTC for your years of continuous support and providing today's hospitality and refreshments. I will be your Master of Ceremonies today and would like to start by asking all of you to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, recited by Jaya Butler. Did we put the Pledge of Allegiance for her? We did not. Jaya. Yep. Nice and close.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing. Thank you, Jaya. We now will hear from our 8th grade chorus, the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight were the ramparts we watched, bursts of gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the guns bursting in air, gave through
another song from the 8th grade chorus. Put Your Records On by Corinne Bailey Ray.
Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Baby, sometimes you got it wrong, but it's alright. More things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Oh, don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere.
'Twas more than I could take, pity for pity's sake, some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer? Do what you want to, girl, put your records on.
Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
Thank you, Miss White Rivera and the 8th grade chorus. Nice job. You may take your seats. At this time, please welcome Mr. Smith and the students in the strings program. They will be playing a piece called The Sound of Sound by Richard Meyer. Thank you, Mr. Smith and the Grade 8 Strings Program. Please welcome Dr. Bibbo, the principal of middle school, Pollard Middle School, to deliver the welcome to start our ceremony.
Great. Thanks, Maggot.
Good morning. Welcome. I'm glad we were able to do this today. The rain's holding off. Good morning, students, families, friends. Welcome to our closing ceremonies for the Pollard class of 2026. Welcome to all of our special guests that are here today, including Dr. Williams, members of school committee, and Ms. Bonamolo mentioned a number of other special folks with us. I also want to give a special thanks to Ms. Bonamolo, your master of ceremonies, and your dedicated, tireless, although without a voice today, assistant principal, and to Ms. Alexander, your compassionate, steadfast, excellent grade level administrative assistant. Both of them have taken exemplary care of you during your tenure at Pollard and stewarded you to this time and this place. I also want to share a very special thanks to our administrative team and the folks behind me today. We have a whole team of administrators, from Ms. Sambu to Ms. Kessel, Mr. Healy, Dr. Orlando, all of our school counselors, and especially Ms. Welburn. I want to give a big shout out to her today. She spent many, many hours preparing our student speakers. In addition to our administrators, we have incredible educators, nurses, service providers, instructional assistants, custodians, administrative assistants, so many folks who have gotten us here. And our wonderful school counselors who have spent many hours with you through your highs and your lows, and they'll be reading your names today as you receive your certificates. Every year I wait for the right moment, the right message theme to emerge in my final words to you. I take this responsibility very seriously, as I understand the gravitas and importance of trying to encapsulate our time together in fewer than 5 minutes.
This is personally important to me as my own daughter graduated high school just last week, and I was thinking what it was like to be a parent and a caregiver for her over her time in school, and I know this is important. And I also know, be brief. When you first entered Pollard, as do I dare say, somewhat socially reserved and perhaps hesitant 7th graders, I observed so many of you trying to fit in, to blend, to remain inconspicuous, anything not to stand out. Yet, as I look at you today, I don't see those somewhat nervous, hesitant, reserved 7th graders at all, striving for conformity. I see a class that's defined what it means to be individual, embracing authenticity, and making an enduring difference. From your civics action projects, to your creativity you displayed on your solar cars, the art show, Midsummer Night Dream acts, Holocaust projects, music, or more, you have continuously challenged yourselves to stand out. So you, Pollard class of 2026, here is my message as you head off to high school. Be more than. Be more than a passive recipient. Be the person who initiates action, the one who notices when others need assistance, the one who defends their beliefs, stands up for someone else, or advocates fiercely against injustice, even when it's hard. Be more than someone who settles for mediocrity. Be the student who cultivates a genuine intellectual curiosity, someone who gets lost in the research, achieves flow in the classroom, transcends the difficulty of a challenge, someone who arrives early to class, eager to contribute, Partner in the learning and fully engage. Be more than the casual teammate, musician, or artist. Be the one who's grateful for the opportunity and demonstrates absolute dedication. Whether you're on the field or on the bench, the one who stays late, helps to restore the art classroom or the field, or the one who brings the infectious energy to every single practice and rehearsal. Be more than grateful. Appreciate the people who have helped you and articulate that to them. Say thank you to the teacher who held you accountable and believed in your potential. Write a note to your school counselor who perhaps listened with deep empathy. Today, offer an embrace to your family members and your friends who are here today and championed you through your middle school years, even if you think they're being a little overzealous. Be more than unremarkable. If you're going to do something, do it grandly. Do it with passion and conviction. Pursue it without equivocation or reservation. Do not apologize for being fearless enough to invest in the effort required to achieve something meaningful. In 2022, at NYU commencement, Taylor Swift shared, "I'm a big advocate for not hiding enthusiasm for things. There's a false stigma around eagerness. Never be ashamed of trying. Effortlessness is just a myth." So I want you to reject this idea that the world wants ambivalence. I want you to radiate eagerness. Be enthusiastic about things you love, even if others don't. Be extra. Be more than enthusiastic. Push back on the concept that you need to blend in, quiet down, or acquiesce to mediocrity. So, if you love art, paint boldly, paint all of the canvas, paint outside of the lines. If you love athletics, practice with the intensity of the final minute of the championship game every single time. If you love to write endless poems, creative and whimsical short stories, and sweeping epic novels. If you love science, be inquisitive, ask questions that make everyone else pause. Never diminish your light. If you think you're being too much, if you think you're being extra, I say go big or go home. Be more than. Teacher, author, founder of Project Angel Food in LA, Marianne Williams reflects. I love this quote. "Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine. It's not just some of us, it's in everyone." So my message is this. Please, please be more than. Do not waste your days, weeks, years hiding, stuffing it down, diminishing your talents, minimizing your individual spirit, or masking your vitality. When you walk through the doors of high school, I want you to be more than. Demonstrate that boldness, that wonderful extraness that makes you you, and make your experience dynamic. Be more than kind. Be more than compassionate. Be more than thoughtful. Be exceptional. Be the person who makes the profound impact because you simply refuse to care a little less, and you cared a little more. As Bruno Mars, one of my favorite artists, says, "In a room full of dimes, be a $100 bill." I'm proud of you, all your unique accomplishments. It's been an honor, truly, to serve as your principal for the past 2 years. Continue to make yourselves and your families proud. On behalf of the Pollard faculty and staff, I want to wish you my most sincere congratulations, Pollard class of 2026. I'm truly grateful that you have been more than.
Thank you, Dr. Bibbo. I now invite Mr. Fischetti from the Needham Exchange Club to award our Community Service Awards.
Hello. Good morning. I'm Mark Fischetti. I'm the current president of the Needham Exchange Club. We're part of a national service organization. We've been in town about 75 years. We're mostly known, obviously, for our 4th of July celebration. And as you know, this is the 250th birthday of the country, so please try to attend. I can guarantee you it'll be a very exciting event. Our club wants to extend congratulations to this year's graduating 8th grade class. They tell me your hard work, resilience, and growth during your time here are truly worth celebrating. In the past, we would come here and recognize 5 individuals for their service activities and donate $100 for each one to a nonprofit for the students. However, this year, your dedication and leadership you displayed, I guess I have to pause. However, this year, your dedication and leadership, you displayed your civic action projects. We realized that every student needed to be recognized for their commitment to the community. So in honor of the entire class' successful completion of these projects, the Exchange Club decided to donate $500 on behalf of the class to Needham Steps Up. This organization is a highly effective and impactful one-on-one mentoring program that pairs high school students with dedicated high school faculty mentors. They work tirelessly to ensure educational equity and build a deep sense of belonging for everyone in the school community. This donation perfectly bridges the core values of the Needham Public Schools with the Exchange Club. Likewise, your passion for service mirrors our club's focus on Americanism and community service. You didn't just learn about service this year, you lived it. Congratulations, and as you head across town to the high school, we encourage you to keep growing, ask questions, stand up for one another, and invest in the community. Again, congratulations, good luck. On behalf of the Exchange, I present this donation to Dr. Vivo. Thank you. There you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Fischetti. We now are ready to start our certificates. Miss Martin ILC students would please stand and we'll call your names.
Ready? Okay. Jose Rivera. Danny Moore. William Fornes. Amazing. Congratulations.
I gotta say, I now invite customers. Congratulations. At this time, I invite the teachers from Cluster 1 up front to give out our Cluster 1 student certificates. Go ahead, Jess.
Right.
Right there. Linda.
You ready?
No. You guys will see lost.
Yeah, I will. Yep. Yep. All right, Cluster 1, let's get you graduated. I will. Okay. Will Miss Brablick's B block please stand? All right, here we go. Tommy Ayub. Matan Bar Nassim. Olivia Beezer. quick, can we just hold the applause until the end? Thank you. Liam Benzie, Kelvin Brown, Leo Feinstein, Michelle Kutzman, Will Lieberman, Sydney Lipman, Paige Manning, Olivia Marks, Andrew McDonald, Grace McGinn, Lexi Mezichek, Avery Murstein, Ruth Roberts, Graham Skolnick, Nathan Sun, Shyla Weaver. Will Mr. Dusso's B block please stand? All right. Miriam Al-Rahawi. Brody Bat. Oh. Teddy Bobbin. Landon Bordenave. Sophie Brugerman. Maddie Clark. Jack Fabro. Aubrey Fuentes. Sky Grant. Reese Hunsicker. Connor Kilgallen. Annabelle McManus. Emmett Maxwell. Charlotte Memory. Gilad Neely. Bowen Patey. Catherine Pike. Ari Piakovich. Cardi Rexford. Luke Ringer. Dominic Salvia. Micah Schechner. Coco Shaw. Yeah.
Dominic, congratulations. Micah, congratulations.
Will Miss Kuhn's last B block please stand? Jaden Benson. Brad Chapman. Juliana Diorsi. Xavier Diaz. Charlotte Garco. Timmy Groden. Emily Hood. Edan Kadrati. Maria Keteris. Anne LaHaze. Alex Lehman. Luna Mendez. Jasmine Madesir. Kit Murphy. Peyton Murstein. Georgina Poulos. Noah Piakovich. Declan Remarenko. Maddie Sanum. Micah Schwartz. Yael Torgamon. Ari Vaisberg. I'm getting her saying the names. Mr. Nolan's B block, please stand. Tomas Arenas. Venetia Bouchon. Nathan Chu. Tiara Dixon. Will Earthrow. Sophie Feener. Victoria Gao. Bennett Gifford, Adam Kogan, Miles Lane, Cody Levine, Lawton McCrae, Bella Midor, Sammy Mezichek, Eli Robbins, Sophie Seidel. I'm sorry, Phoebe Seidel. Yeah, I can't. Stop saying the names. Miles Soroy. Natalie Stein. Wyatt Storer. Connor Tran. Congratulations, 8-1.
Congratulations, A1. At this time, I invite the teachers of Cluster 2 to award the certificates to Cluster 2 students and Ms. Flynn, the counselor on the cluster, to read the names.
Markham. Yep. Could Mr. Markham's B Block class please rise? I'd just like to say it's been a pleasure being your counselor this year. Hannah Chin, Kiana Codina Coma, Natalie Curtis, Oliver DeVivier, Catalea Geraldo Sanchez, Benjamin Hitchings, Bryce Kaplan, Millie Lassand, Misha Loeb, Ari Lotwin, Faye McCullen, Maria Matova, Mateo Pacheco, Pratish Putnike, Harper Scott, Cooper Shems, Lexi Smith, Sonia Tarashenko, Nicholas Tobin, Nena Ume, Ethan Ward, and Sophie Zhu. Thank you. Would Mr. McCutcheon's B Block please rise? Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Okay, ready? Jordan Abrams, Ruby Adams, Gavin Auget, Phoebe Bader, Olivia Eng, Vera Engman Soldatini, Ryan Flynn, Kavani Foster, Benjamin Gottesman, Sasha Kaufman Sharp, Zoya Khan, Dylan Lane, Dahlia Lotwin, Reed Lovett, Chauncey Liu, Diego Marmalejos, Alicia Nandwani, Benjamin Nicholson, Violet Pomerantz, Jacob Rosen, Elizabeth Wren, Barrett Seidman, Shepard Walensky, and Kimberly Wu. Would Miss Rosenthal's B Block class please rise? Congrats. Matthew Altman. Kimberly Offerman. Sasha Bayless. Luke Berger. Dennison Colley. Amelie Kutu. Liam DeJager. Aiden Fava. Jayan Fernandez Vatamapadam. Ezra Gardner. Celia Goodman. Ari Herman. Max Knowles. Noah McCartan Smalley. V. Nguyen. Matias Ormeno Rojas. Alice Poulin. Eloise Smith. Arena Tom. Isaac Wasserman. Would Miss Tarshiss's B Block please rise? Allie Ayers. Ethan Burke. Ria Doshi. Zachary Fagenbaum. Oliver Fisher. Alexander Friedman. Patrick Hannon. Caitlin Hansen. Myra Jaswell. Molly Levine. Gonzalo Ormeno Rojas. Gemma Palia. Ritika Ray. Nina Utilova. Eva Vasilius. Lucas Wasserman. Jesse Wexler. Emmett White. And Elon Wolfeld. Thank you, Cluster 2, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Cluster 2. We now welcome our first student speaker, Maddie Sanum.
Do you need my glasses? Do you need my glasses? I'm just joking.
Is this the one that I gave her, or is mine thing in here?
Is it not the one on here?
Yeah, this one.
This one? Okay.
Hi, I'm Maddie Sanum, and I'm from Cluster 1. As our middle school journey ends, I was asked a question. What does Pollard mean to you? At first, I did not think Pollard meant anything to me. It was a school all of us were forced to go to for the last 2 years. But then I realized it is so much more. Pollard. Pollard. Each letter represents a different piece of our middle school experience. P. Progress. Each and every one of us had made progress throughout these last couple of years, whether that is academically, athletically, emotionally, or whatever you feel you have made growth in. Most people see progress as getting better at something, or winning after you lose. Yes, it's those things, but it's also the road you took to get to the win. Progress is not just making mistakes, but learning from them. Thinking back about my middle school journey, there have been plenty of moments where I have wanted to give up. One vivid example is our civic action project, and I can guess many of you felt the same. But we did not give up. All of us stuck with it, and now we are so proud of what the work we accomplished. We did not just give up halfway, but we pushed through. That's progress. Oh, opportunities. School is not just about learning. It is important, but there's more to it. It's about trying new things, things you did not know you would enjoy. Pollard gave us so many opportunities to do new things. We could do the play, or join a club, or sports team. For me, the Pollard News. They used to ask me to join the news team. I did not because I was scared of what people would think of me. But now, looking back, I wish I had done the news. I wish I could realize the opportunity in front of me instead of pushing it away because of others' opinions. I wish I could realize the opportunity. Pollard gave us so many opportunities that we just push away. In high school, take the opportunities you're given because you never know how much you will enjoy them. L, lessons. Lessons. Not the type of lessons like a math lesson or the lessons we learn from people telling us, but the lessons we learn by ourselves, the ones we learn from mistakes. For example, time management. I have never been one to do my homework on time. I'll always say I'll do it later, and then it's later, until it's eventually too late. Through making the mistake of not doing my homework, hi, Miss Brablick, I learned the lesson of time management and how work can pile up and feel like you're buried in a hole. I learned that you have to make time for your homework. I learned to care about my work, and that's something that cannot be taught by a teacher or by a parent. We had to learn those lessons ourselves. L, laughter. Laughter is all around Pollard. You can hear it when you walk in the halls or enter the cafeteria. We have so many fun memories, and it makes me laugh to look back on them. Field day, field trips, and classroom chaos, especially on days there were subs. It is hard to wake up every morning and get to school, but moments like these, with our friends, where we can laugh and make memories, are the moments that make long days, lots of homework, and stress all worth it. A, awkwardness. Let's be real, school can be awkward. It can be weird and embarrassing. I know how much we all loved the 8th grade dance, but it was a little awkward. Or at lunch, when your name gets called for the gym, that awkward moment when you have to walk all the way through the whole cafeteria and then walk all the way back to your table. Thanks, Ms. Von Muller, for that, by the way. Through these awkward moments, we become closer with peers. We learn to be brave when we don't want to. We learn to be okay in uncomfortable situations. R, relationships. Throughout these last couple of years, all of us have made relationships with people. Think back to the very start of 6th grade. We were all from 5 different elementary schools who were all thrown together. When I went into Cluster 4 at High Rock, I was nervous about starting over and getting new people to know me. But through Cluster 4 and dance, I have made many special friendships. Some, I feel like I've known them forever. Many of you are probably the same. When you look around at your friends and peers, you feel like you've known them your whole life. It's true. Some of them you may never talk to in high school, but some of them have become lifelong friends. People we can trust and people we can be ourselves around, which is pretty rare nowadays. In addition to friends and peers, we also have made relationships with our teacher and school staff. Through our middle school years, we have had at least 30 different teachers. That's 30 different adults that we have connected with. Through Pollard, we have had the opportunity and chance to form relationships, find lifelong friends, and more. D, discovery. Finally, discovery. I personally think this is the most important. Discovering who you are is not easy. It's not something you just wake up and decide. Let's be real. None of us have discovered who we are yet, but we're not supposed to. What Pollard taught me was that it's okay to not know who you are. That's not what middle school is for. Middle school is for discovering what you love to do and who you want to surround yourself with. We are discovering ourselves every day and we don't even know it. Going back to the question, what does Pollard mean to me? It's more than just 7 letters. It means making progress, taking opportunities, laughing a little or a lot, learning lessons, being awkward, making relationships, and discovering something about yourself. Throughout the next 4 years of high school, or wherever your life takes you, take a little piece of Pollard with you.
Thank you, Maddie. At this time, I invite the teachers of Cluster 3 to award the certificates to the Cluster 3 students, and Mr. Yebman, the counselor, to read names.
Thank you.
Guys, slide down.
Can I have Miss Beaton's B blocks please rise? Arif Bunzel. Sophie Bracken. Alan Bueller. Alex Berger. Jaya Butler. Aditya Chavan. Sebastian Conlon. Nora Hirschberg Stiles. Sienna Hoffer. Jonathan Katz. Jackson Kopso. Carson Kritzman. Aiden Lee. Tyler Mann. Amar Padmanabhan. Dash Pilato. Sasha Katanani. Michael Rice. Alistair Ronan. Jacob Tranfalia. Marcella Turner. Oh, right here, right here. Can I have Miss Charlin's B block please rise? Hey. Penelope Banks. Robert Buxton. Sean Buckley. Catherine Chen. Lydia Deng. Demi Fatopoulos. Bear Hockey. Delaney Heimovitz. Ava Kenaway. Peyton O'Brien. Nira Roy. Miles Rubin. Jackson Rutley. Adeline Sherrard. Daniel Spiegel. Kelsey Stober. Usha Vidia. Jackson Walker. Melody Yakin. Ginny Zhang. Sarah Joe. Alphabetical. Well, it's not on my watch. Okay. Miss Kruger's B block, please rise. Ayrton Astheimer. Luke Aubrey. Braden Devaney. Eloise Dunn. Tess Fereners. Kyla Furlong. Caleb Goldstein. Jeffrey Hirschberg Stiles. June LaFace. Ethan Lee. Catherine Lim. Allison Lynn. Manga McPherson. Naveen Pandi. George Roy. Daniel Sapoznikoff. Zoe Shapiro. Bodie Stam. Kaylee Stanley. Emery Serdell. Joseph Zacharias. Oh God. Oh God.
All right, Pollard. Congratulations. Good job.
Mr. Ryan's B block, please rise. Joseph Barrett, Daniel Berkowitz, Bompagnier, Matthew Carmine, Abigail Casavant, Arson Crush, Scarlett Daly, Alex Fleischer, Reese Gorovitz, Gary Greenspun, Gabriela Guerrero, Ori Kandanoff, David Kasuf, Hannah Lowell, Bailey Ma, Ryan Percival, Avery Ravel, Sarah Schiffman, Eric Spryha, William Tatro, Hadley Tranfalia, Luca Vincent, Rowan Ward. Sorry, I could mess up.
James. Who got congrats?
Congratulations, Cluster 3.
Who's cluster 4? I now invite the teachers from cluster 4 to help award the certificates to the cluster 4 students, and Ms. D'Angelo, the counselor of cluster 4, to read names.
Oh, sorry. Anderson, Blake, Piatelli, and St. Germain. We're good? Okay. Are we ready?
I sent them a picture of your phone.
Good? Okay, here we go. Henry Bees. Oh, sorry. Miss Anderson's B block, please stand. Sorry about that. Oh, jeez. Hold on, I've got to put this under here so everything doesn't fly away. Okay, thank you. All right, here we go. Henry Bees, Eric Chang, Elsie Christie, Carly Cooperman, Micah Kaur, Ellen Fisher, Olivia Frankel, Sue Fuller, Ava Giordano, Brianna Gonzalez, Ella Greenstein, Ziggy Holler, Harlan Jukes, Joanne Kang, Krishiv Katan, Jacob Landau, Theo Ledantic, Rowan Nelson, Lucia Quintana Kramer, Avian Saxena, Gwen Steigner, Henry Texera, Maddie Weish. God, my hair is blowing all over the place. Will Mr. Blake's B block please stand up? Luke Allen, Aiden Durandis, Andrew Fisher, Mark Frangi, Ryan Frenny, Wesley Fritz, Nolan Hassan, Daniel Healy, Eleonora Ianello, Charlie Johnson, Julia Kaufman, Deanna Corbook, Jack Margolis, Arjun Mehere, Lucy Salerno, Jaden Schneider, Maddie Staunton, Addison Tracy, Wenny Shia, Will Miss Piatelli's B block please stand up? Lucas Brow, Oliver Bronner, Eli Burns, Samuel Cho, Aditya Kanor, Teddy Cooper, Drew Cummings, Ella Druten, Desmond Duan, Reagan Emond, Lucas Feld, Jimmy Ghana, Noah Harris, Casey Kanozik, Theo Casares, Evelyn Kim, Kennedy Lemberg, Stella McDonald, Lillian Miga, Cece Mustafa, Claire Nagel, Juliet Sullivan, Vivienne Sullivan, Max Vigodny. Will Mr. St. Germain's B block please stand up? Reagan Argelagos, Lola Berger, Elise Bergeron, Mac Brody, Andrew Cottom, Avery Dogan, Emma Farrow, Brody Feld, Simone Gates-Gorey, Caitlin Gallagher, Elizabeth Gallen, Anders Gore, Sophia Jones, Mark Kazakoff, Austin Marungi, Bridget Noon, Pierce Osband, Elizabeth Weinstein, Jeremiah Winnie. Congrats, Cluster 4.
Do you do something in between the two? Yes, right?
Okay, perfect.
Congratulations, Cluster 8-4. We now welcome our second student speaker, Sarah Jo.
Yes, Sarah.
All right, Sarah. Where is your speech? Is this it? You gotta hold it. It's a little windy. Okay? Thank you.
Hello and welcome to all the family, faculty, and my classmates here today. My name is Sarah Jo, and I am in Cluster 3. Before I begin my speech, I would like to thank everyone for this opportunity to speak on behalf of the Needham class of 2030. Our hero's journey. Over the course of middle school, we have become familiar with the hero's journey. Hollywood screenwriter Christopher Volger described the hero's journey as a process where the hero is forever changed by the end.
For the past 3 years, we've been analyzing this idea. Whether it was in 6th grade social studies, applying it to Greek mythology, reading it in The Outsiders in 7th grade ELA, or most definitely examining it in the 8th grade Hobbit elective with Mr. Blake. While this journey is usually found in the fiction we read or the movies we watch, I look back at our time in middle school and it becomes clear to me that we have been living the hero's journey all along. The beginning stages of the hero's journey are when the hero enters an unfamiliar world and is tested with their first trials and relationships. Transitioning into middle school was not easy, as a sudden independence felt intimidating. We went from familiar faces to hundreds of new classmates, from required classes to choosing our own electives, and from following each other in a single file line to navigating the seemingly gigantic hierarchy independently. However, the friendships we formed and the support from our faculty made these obstacles feel more approachable. This was especially clear in times like after school. Getting extra help on homework, waiting for sports and clubs to begin, or just having a place to eat our after-school snacks reminded us that middle school isn't just a classroom, but a community, and that we weren't navigating it alone. The ordeal is where the hero sees how far they are from where they started. I noticed this for us just by our daily work. It's hard to believe that now we are doing geometry and scientific notation, while 3 years ago we were still figuring out which side of a fraction was the numerator. However, our growth is not only academic. It's also the huge leap out of all our comfort zones to play one of Shakespeare's characters, especially the wall. Speaking up for ideas during our civic action project, or even just surviving the walks to school during the snowstorm-filled Januaries. For me, I came into Needham Public Schools being terrified of public speaking and avoiding it at all costs. Then, at the end of 7th grade, every Pollard student had the assignment to carry on the 24-year declamation tradition. The declamation project was to memorize a 100 to 600 word speech and present it to the class. You can imagine how I felt. Mr. Lundberg told us to memorize everywhere. In the shower, on a walk with your dog, even while you fall asleep. The constant practice slowly taught me to believe and trust in myself. When I walked up to deliver my speech, I felt confident for the first time. In the end, I felt proud to be able to successfully complete my declamation and even did it again for my cluster. More importantly, this experience changed how I approach challenges and taught me the value of how preparation determines your outcome. The final stage of the hero's journey is when the hero has a choice: to either use the knowledge and wisdom gained for their next journey or to be swallowed back into conformity. The students sitting here today are not the same students who first walked into High Rock 3 years ago. We have all stepped outside our comfort zones, found our people and passions, and ultimately grown from where we have started. Therefore, I ask you today to reflect on what growth from this hero's journey you'll take into your next one at Needham High School, as I know it will guide us into whatever is to come in the future. Thank you.
Sarah, well done, Sarah. Congratulations. Well done, yes.
Thank you, Sarah. At this time, I invite the teachers of Cluster 5 to award their certificates to the Cluster 5 students, and Ms. D'Angelo to read the names.
Okay, will Miss Beards B Block please stand up? Jacob Abdurrahmanov, Mickey Dansai, Aaron Fletcher, Abe Frankel, Evelyn Hoke, Reese Howell, Miles Carlin, Leonel Lanzas, Reese Lewis, Eli Lovelace, Eliana Nathanson, Chimdi Ozojafor, David Raberoff Zapater, Evie Richmond, Mason Santos, Noah Tellio, Anna Van Kempen, Miles Wilk, Georgina Woolard, Bryn Yoakum. Will Miss Fisher's B block please stand up? Anaga Basek, Jacob Braverman, Sasha Burden, Brenna Carlton, Teddy Chin, Noah Glaskin, Sebastian Gowan, Sasha Grin, Haley Hughes, Paul Giuliano, Molly Keneally, Olivia Levinson, Sebastian Luca, Kaya Mercure, Caleb Molino, Becky Reyes, Soha Romano, Aiden Ruakers, Grace Rosenbaum, Abby Rubin, Lila Silver, Nathan Walker.
Congratulations, Aiden. We'll see you soon. Maybe. Praise. Oh.
Will Miss Gillespie's B block please stand up? Thomas Berejik, Emily Bookbinder, Andrew Buckley, Shione Chatterjee, Robbie Ciencielo, Claire Crawford. Thank you. One moment. Jack Krupnik, Maddie Fornes, Sophia Hallmark, Maureen Hand, Tigran Haratunian, Evan LaRochelle, Charles McDonnell, Addison Au, Noel Irahola, Shirsho Sarkar, Alyssa Sevi, Kabir Sharma, Philip Seckley, Reese Taylor.
Charlie, congrats. Thank you. Great wins. All right, Addison, congratulations. You're welcome. You're welcome. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Will Mr. Hoffman's B block please stand up? Raha Anbarder, David Barzilay, Isabella Buckley, Emily Canty, Sichen Chen, Eric Joe, Eleanor Clark, Dylan Collins, Caitlin Connolly, Sophia Cuomo, Harrison Davis, Daniel Donis, Rama Faisal, Yuna Fradkin, Rusi Jean, Akil Karthik, Maeve Kramer, Miranda Negro, Leslie Bike, Henry Pretorius, Isabella Scanlon, Emily Siciliano, Jake Vos Kutaya.
We're hanging on, Dave. There you go. Congrats. Miranda, congratulations. Welcome. Sorry, that was my fault. Congrats. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Cluster 5.
Good job, everyone.
Congratulations, Cluster 8-5. At this time, I invite our student council presenters, Annika Basic and Bryn Yoakum.
Thank you, Liz. All right, Bryn. I'm going to go 2 here and 2 there. Oh, these are my. Wait, what? Flowers. Oh, no. Go ahead, you guys go. Oh, okay.
Good morning, families, teachers, staff, and fellow classmates. Thank you for being here today to celebrate the end of our middle school journey. We are your student council presidents, Bryn Yoakum and Annika Basak. This year, we had the privilege of being a part of the Pollard Student Council, which represents our student body at Pollard. Throughout this year, the Student Council has made an effort to contribute to our community to create a fun and exciting middle school experience with new activities and events. We held bake sales and started new traditions that will hopefully become and stay here at Pollard. We even established the first ever Winterfest. This year, one of our main goals was to make sure everyone was represented, faculty and students. And we did this by creating a Valentine's Day sweetheart wall with each student's name on it. Then, for Teacher Appreciation Week, we created a thank you wall with notes for every single faculty member from the students here at Pollard. We were also the first creators of the Pollard Student Council Instagram, so make sure and give us a follow, where we created multiple reels and posts, both informational and funny. We also initiated the first ever PIA Teacher fundraiser here at Pollard, where the students bought tickets to be put into a raffle to possibly win in PIA Teacher at Field Day. Traditionally, student councils not only make a school community better, such as the previously mentioned traditions we have started and are leaving behind, but they also offer a class gift on behalf of the class graduating. This year, on behalf of the Student Council and the student body, we would like to honor our 4 retiring teachers, Miss Kuhn, Miss Alexander, Miss Vana, and Miss Gillespie.
I would invite Miss Kuhn, I would invite them up here.
Yeah, okay. To show our appreciation, we'd like to present a flower bouquet to each of you for your hard work and dedication to Pollard Middle School. If you could all come up and join us, please. No, Annika's giving flowers first. The first time, yeah, I am. Go.
What do you want us to do? That's it. Get a little closer to the mic if you can. Oh, Annika, go up there. Miss Alexander, go up there. Go up there.
You're up there.
Go stand over there with them. You're good. And then we'll hand them to Annika.
To start off, the first staff member we want to acknowledge is Miss Alexander, who has given 28 years of her dedication to working Pollard in the 8th grade office. 2 of those 28 years, she spent writing me many, many late passes. Thank you so much for taking care of us for these past 2 years. Yep. Yeah, we're doing every other. Okay. Now we have Miss Vana, who works in the special education department and has devoted 27 years to Pollard and their students. Thank you so much for all you do. Next, we have Miss Kuhn, who has been committed to further developing our students and their social studies knowledge for the past 26 years. Thank you so much, Miss Kuhn. Last but not least, we want to honor Miss Gillespie for her time and motivation to help our 8th grade students in the social studies department.
I've had the privilege of hearing her funny stories that somehow always relate to something we're learning in class. Thank you. Can I give you a hug? Once again, thank you all for these amazing 2 years we have had the privilege of being at Pollard. I'm going to click this one. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you didn't think you were getting away with one last speech from me. Good morning, Pollard families, friends, our dedicated faculty and staff, and most importantly, the remarkable graduating class of 2026. As your assistant principal, today is one of the most rewarding days of the academic year. I have the privilege of standing at this podium and looking at a field of young people who in a matter of months have evolved some more, and actually changed in so many ways. I still remember when you first walked through our doors 2 years ago. You were nervous, quiet, and let's be honest, looking a little overwhelmed by the size of the 8th graders and the schedule in your hands. But this morning you sit here as leaders of the school. You're somewhat taller, you're all taller than me, somewhat wiser, but definitely ready for what's next, and what's next is going to be great. Every year as I prepare to send our 8th graders off to high school, I look for a piece of wisdom to leave you with. As many of you know, I'm an avid basketball fan, and right now I'm missing the Knicks parade. Congratulations, Knicks. This year I kept coming back to the words of basketball legend and Hall of Fame coach Dawn Staley. In her memoir, Uncommon Favor, Coach Staley shares a playbook not just for winning championships, but for winning at life. Today, I want to leave you with 4 of her most powerful lessons as you leave Pollard on this summer day and step forward to high school this fall. I guess I sound bad. The first lesson is a reminder that your past does not define your future. Coach Staley writes, "It's not where you start, it's where you finish." Over the last 2 years, I've watched many of you stumble, and more importantly, I've watched you get back up. Maybe 6th grade was tough for you academically. Maybe 7th grade was difficult socially. Maybe 8th grade was a little bit of both. But a school year is like a whole basketball game, not just a first quarter. What matters to me, what will matter to your new teachers, is not the mistakes you made on day 1, or even last week, or even today. What matters is the character, resilience, and maturity you're showing today as you finish your time here. When you begin high school, remember, you're starting a new quarter, a new half. And as my beloved Knicks showed the world, you get to decide exactly how you want to finish the game. As you move into 9th grade, the expectations will rise. You will have more freedom, more choices, but more responsibilities. You will need Coach Staley's second lesson. The disciplined person can do anything. Up until now, much of your discipline has been external and sometimes felt kind of negative. Your parents gave you bedtimes, your teachers reminded you when to turn in assignments, and your administrators and counselors kept you on track. But true success in high school and life requires internal discipline. Those choices you make by yourself and for yourself. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when there's no adult standing over your shoulder. It's choosing to study when you'd rather scroll on your phone. It's choosing to do the right thing, even when it's not the popular thing. When you figure out self-discipline, you unlock your full potential. No one can stop a student who has the discipline to work hard for their dreams. Of course, maintaining that discipline is rarely easy. Coach Staley is incredibly honest in what leadership and excellence actually require. In her third lesson, she notes you have to do what you don't want to do to get what you want. Throughout your middle school years, I know there were days you didn't want to wake up early. There were writing and reading assignments. It's not over. And the concepts in math or science that you didn't want to struggle through or an art project that you didn't want to throw away and try again. But growth does not happen in our comfort zones, in the places we excel. The goals you have for high school, whether it's making the varsity team, starring in the school play, earning a spot in the honor society, or getting into a great college, all require a price. That price is hard work. To get the results everyone else wants, you have to be willing to put in the effort that everyone else, even your friends, avoid. You have to be willing to practice, often by yourself, day after day, to get to play in the game. Finally, as we celebrate the certificates you received, it is important to remember that success is never a solo achievement. In our final lesson, Coach Staley beautifully puts it, no one does it alone. There has been a lot of basketball in the past few months and a lot of talk about players taking risky three-point shots instead of safer two-point shots. Here's the thing about a three-point shot. If it goes in, there's nothing like that feeling of a crowd going wild. If it doesn't, the loneliest place on the court. But a two-point shot, where all 5 players touch the ball, and someone makes a pass, someone else makes another pass, that allows someone else to take a shot and miss, and someone else to get the rebound and the basket. It's not called an assist for nothing. It just feels better to have company. Class of 2026, look behind you at the parents, guardians, and family members who have loved you, supported you, and sacrificed for you. Look at the teachers and staff members who poured their energy, time, and hearts into your education. And look at each other, the old and new friends who shared the laughs, the stress, and the memories in this one-of-a-kind building. You're sitting here because of a group of smart and kind adults who got you here each day, and another group of smart and kind adults who helped you learn so many new things. In a few months, you're going to be the new kid again. As you move forward, never be too proud to ask for an assist. And always remember to thank your team and maybe add some new players along the way. It has been an absolute honor to watch you find your place, your passion, and your people. As you leave us today, remember Coach Staley's playbook. Focus on how you finish, build your own discipline, embrace the hard work, and cherish your team. And from the Pollard playbook, be unforgettable, be unstoppable, be uncommon. Congratulations to the graduating 8th grade class of 2026. Thank you all for coming. Students, you may go find your parents. Best of luck.